Last week, everyone contracted with Prosperity SUSA to sell any of their life insurance products, including their new Vista Final Expense product, received an email that basically stated that they're done. Prosperity SUSA, they don't want anything to do with the life insurance market. They're done. And again, they're not just pulling out of the final expense market like some of the other carriers did recently, but they're dropping their term life products too. So at the end of the day, no more life insurance sales. If you're wondering, holy mackerel, in the past couple of months, Doug, like there's been a bunch of insurance companies that dropped their final expense sales and even with Prosperity, traditional life insurance sales. What in the world is going on? We're gonna get into it and I'm gonna give you my opinion, oh yeah, you know that was coming, on what happened with Prosperity. We're gonna talk about their new Vista product and the final expense industry as a whole, and as to why these carriers are pulling out. Why so many in such a short period of time, and why now? Oh, and I know exactly what you're thinking, which is probably the same as me. Who's next? Who's the next carrier that's gonna quit and pull out of the market? But first, give the video a thumbs up and please subscribe if you're new to the channel. We're putting out high-end, I think it's high-end, insurance content and final expense sales training videos like all the time, dog. We're gonna start by talking about something that's a little bit concerning to me. I mean, even to a final expense master closer like myself. Oh yeah, baby. And guys, if you stick around till the end of the video, I'm gonna show you how to get both the last will and testament and the memorial planning guide that you can use for your life insurance clients. Both of these are great whether you do face-to-face life insurance presentations or if you sell to clients remotely over the phone. When Great Western pulled out of the final expense market totally, it wasn't a big surprise to me. Not at all. Heck, I was actually happy about it. I mean, they didn't have their stuff together. It's simple as that. I mean, their big issue, the big thing was that they did not want to set up true Social Security billing, even though the rumors are that middle management and upper management were kind of going back and forth on it. So at the end of the day, because they didn't do this, because they didn't set up true Social Security billing, pretty much potentially half their clients were just falling off the books. I mean, who does that? You've got an option, you can correct it, but you don't. Prosperity's SUSA new Vista product, on the other hand, was pretty darn cool. I mean, they drafted according to the Social Security billing calendar and had pretty decent persistency. The product even had some cool niches, and they took debit cards and direct express cards for payments from the clients, right? So they were giving us what we asked for, pretty much to a strong degree. I will say that a big fail, and the one thing that they did completely wrong, is that they gave advanced money on sales that were made with clients that used those refillable debit cards. And you know, instead of giving me, an agency owner, the ability to make sure that my agents were advanced 9 months on the sales of clients that have bank accounts, meanwhile getting paid as earned on debit cards, which would have been smart, they didn't even give me that option. It was either all advance or nada. So they had issues with agents' debt because of that. But honestly, you know, again, the more I play this out and look at their product, it was something that they could have corrected years ago, and for some reason they just decided to, well, we'll just leave it as is. Bottom line, I have no real answer to why they sold their book of business to American Amicable and quit. And yeah, that's exactly what they do. Now, just to be clear, Prosperity is still the same phone number. That's the number you call to service your clients. But now American Amicable, they own that book of business. Maybe it's got something to do with the relationship that Prosperity SUSA has with the National Western Insurance Life Group. Yeah, that's it. And how they do business. Maybe they just saw that the life insurance division made less money and they didn't need those upfront premiums that other companies really depend on and use to cash and finance and to run the other businesses that those companies have. As far as who's next, which carrier will likely bail out of the final expense market, I got no idea, man. The whole Prosperity deal has me a little bit puzzled, you know, as like I said, they could have made a few small changes with their products and been just fine. Maybe even like had like a price increase, you know, for the new clients and like made some underwriting changes. But if I had to pick one carrier that should probably drop their final expense product, I would say Sentinel, okay? Sentinel should be that carrier, but in all honesty, that's kind of more of a personal thing because of the relationship that I had with them. Not only does Sentinel have bank drafting issues for the clients, but they allow some shady stuff to go on and go by. And that is just really not cool, and that I'm really not interested. I'm not going to get into that right now. That's for another video, and I probably will never talk about it. Let me just hit on one last thing, but a very important thing. Final expense sales is going nowhere. Carriers and products will and have come and gone, and 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, we're still going to have agents with boots on the ground selling face-to-face, and we're still going to have agents selling final expense remotely and from the luxury of their own home. It's only going to get easier for the agents and better for the clients, and you know, through the ups and downs that I've personally experienced in my 15 years of being a licensed life insurance agent, final expense will always be around until the Gene Roddenberry dream and science fiction TV show Star Trek becomes a reality, and Earth no longer has destitution or crime or low-income folks that barely get by each month. But other than that, it'll be around. It ain't going nowhere. That's it, yo. Short and sweet, and hopefully you got something out of this video. If you'd like a copy of both the Last Will and Testament and the Memorial Planning Guide that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, just email me at doug@ufesonline.com for more information on either our independent agent appointments platform or our new free/subsidized leads platform, where basically we pay higher commissions and have better leads than our competitors do, period. Just shoot me an email at that same address. As always, when you put the needs of your clients first, everything else will usually fall right into place. Now get out there and make sure that you do something good for someone else today. Happy hunting.